For 2 weeks, I was on a road trip through the United States, and this little mini photo walk series is all about that trip and showing you the photos I took along the way. And in the second episode, we are exploring the streets of San Francisco. Before we jump into the actual video, I quickly want to mention that I now have my own print store where you can get selected prints and also digital downloads of my photographs. I'm always adding new prints every single month, and also with every single photo walk video I'm uploading here on YouTube. That means that from this episode you can also get a selection of prints which I will reveal at the end, together with an exclusive 20% promo code where you can get 20% off your purchase. So make sure to stay until the end and also check out my store in the video description below. The morning started with typical San Francisco weather, mild and cloudy, as we made our way towards the city center. I was especially looking forward to San Francisco because I love doing street photography, and since we were hiking a lot on this trip, I shot a lot of landscapes. And as someone who usually only works in urban environments, that can sometimes be quite hard and tiring. So that day I was happy to finally do some street photography. I of course couldn't skip out on San Francisco's Chinatown because it is the oldest one in North America, and I always like to check out Chinatown neighborhoods in bigger cities. In New York, Chinatown was actually probably my #1 place to go to and photograph, simply because of the vibrant colors everywhere. There's always something going on, and I'm also really interested in the cultural aspects, of course. In Chinatown, I switched from Kodak Gold to Portra 400, which is a film stock that I always wanted to try because all of the big film photographers use it as one of their go-to film stocks. And I wanted to see what all of the talk was about. So I was really happy when the sun came out and I finally was able to shoot some brighter scenes that day. I really enjoyed San Francisco's Chinatown. I felt like it was so much more quiet and laid back than its equivalent in New York, and I just really enjoyed that vibe, especially for that kind of day. Though I wish I had more time to explore it. I was shooting a lot from the hip here, which is basically that I did not look through the viewfinder of my camera, but I just aimed the lens at the subject and tried to guess the composition and hope for the best. I always use zone focusing when I do street photography, and my go-to settings are always an aperture of f8 and a shutter speed somewhere between 125 to 250 of a second. The combination of zone focusing and shooting from the hip made film photography even more of a lottery than it already is, so I wasn't really sure on how these images would turn out because I was just randomly aiming at my subjects, basically. But I do think that they turn out surprisingly well, and I'm really happy with the results I got here. By the way, if you want to see the rest of this series or even more of my photo walks, feel free to drop by on my channel. I have a whole playlist for this mini photo walk series, or also for all of the other photo walks on my channel. And of course, I would also absolutely love it if you could drop by on my Instagram, Marlene on Film, where you can also see some exclusive behind the scenes stuff that I don't post here on YouTube. One thing I absolutely loved about San Francisco were the houses and also especially the colors of the houses. The naturally kind of muted colors seemed lively and calm at the same time, which gave the city a super great look to photograph. And I couldn't stop looking at all the Victorian houses everywhere, since it is one of my dreams to one day buy one and renovate it myself. I'm not entirely happy with how the photos turned out for the rest of the day when the weather got really gloomy again. Because there was no sun, there are obviously no nice shadows, not a lot of contrast in the images. The sky is really bright and has almost no detail because of the cloud overcast. This is probably one of the biggest reasons why I mainly like to shoot on sunny days, because I can get better skies, harder shadows, and more depth in my photos. I really liked how Portra was performing during the short sunny period we had, but not how it was during the overcast. So I do think I have to give it another go on a brighter day. We decided to wander around in a park closer to the coastal line, where I was hoping to catch a glimpse of the Golden Gate Bridge, which was luckily not hidden in fog that day. While walking along the cliffs, we could spot sea lions lying on the rocks down below, and also a dolphin, which actually sparked some interesting conversations with locals who were passing by. This is probably one of my most precious memories from that trip and also from San Francisco. So even though this specific photo here isn't that special, it is one of my personal favorites. I still think that I missed out on an amazing opportunity here. I probably should have gone to a closer beach or even directly onto the Golden Gate Bridge to get some nice architectural shots there. So I'm not really happy with the photos that I took off the bridge, but there's always a next time where I can do better. Sadly, the last pictures on this roll were all ruined by light leaks. I was shooting with the Canon A1, which is a very trusty but also very old camera, and it turns out that the foam seal inside at the back of the camera does not seal correctly anymore, especially when there is a lot of pressure on the back door at the beginning or the end of the roll. So I will definitely have to get a foam seal kit and replace that one soon before I start the next shoot. Back then, I of course didn't really notice that there was a big problem with the sealing, which kind of ruined not only a lot of photos here in San Francisco, but also quite a few for the rest of the trip. So enjoy the rest of the video footage that I have from our last hours in San Francisco. And with that, we are finishing the second episode of the American film photography road trip, and I hope you enjoyed the photos as much as I did. From this episode, I selected a total of 3 photos that are now available as prints and also digital downloads if you want to print them yourself. If you decide to pick one up and support me in my work, you can use the code America20 to get 20% off your purchase. For the next episode, we are heading south, where I captured the calm landscapes of the small coastal town of Pacific Grove, where I also took some of my absolute favorite photos on this entire trip. So stay tuned, and I will see you in the next one.